Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. The big story in weather today is Tropical Storm Franklin, um, our new active system. The centralized pressure 999 millibars, which should continue to drop with maximum winds approaching 60 miles per hour, and is moving northwest at 310 degrees at 13 miles per hour towards the Yucatan Peninsula, which is outlined by hurricane watches and warnings. This region right here is the forecast cone, the projected path on which the storm, in which the tropical system should follow. We can conclude that by some of the models that have been run showing the storm going through the Yucatan Peninsula, making this little bit of a left turn and hitting the east coast of Mexico right here with a few strays going towards southern Texas, but this is very, very, very unlikely with this dominant high pressure that is up over here. A hurricane watch has been issued by the government of Mexico for portions of the Yucatan Peninsula. This does not include Cancun, but this does mean hurricane conditions are possible in these areas under this hurricane watch. Tropical storm warnings, though, extend over the majority of the Yucatan Peninsula, including areas like Cancun. And what a tropical storm warning means is the sustained winds of the system are between 34 and 64 knots, so about 40 to 73 miles per hour, and are expected somewhere within the specified area within the next 36 hours and associated to the tropical system that we are watching. So let's take a look at the visible satellite imagery for our system. We do see some thunderstorms starting to congeal near the center of Franklin. The environment around Franklin is starting to improve, and it is increasingly possible for Franklin to strengthen rapidly before it makes landfall tonight. Strong winds from Franklin can cause some tree damage, power outages in the Yucatan Peninsula tonight through Thursday. The combination of the very warm tropical waters and low shear will allow Franklin to strengthen rapidly before reaching the Yucatan Peninsula. Residents of the Yucatan Peninsula are expected to have 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, with some areas could have locally higher amounts, which will likely trigger flash flooding. In addition to the heavy rain, some waves are expected to exceed 10 feet that could reach the Yucatan coast, including Cancun by tonight and lingering into Tuesday. Storm surge is expected with a system of 2 to 4 feet, possible with the arrival of Franklin. This will be near and north of the center later on tonight, according to the National Hurricane Center. Although Franklin isn't really expected to impact the U.S., this is because of a very intense high pressure system over the southern portion of the U.S. It will remain strong enough that Franklin will not directly affect the U.S. However, high surf, rip currents, and possible minor coastal flooding is expected for parts of southern Texas Wednesday and Thursday. Franklin could be close to hurricane strength when it makes landfall over the southeastern Yucatan Peninsula later on tonight. Franklin will then cross over the Yucatan Peninsula, enter the Gulf again, where it has the chance to possibly re-strengthen just a little bit before hitting the eastern coast of Mexico. One of the other things we've been watching just recently, these purple dots right here are air renaissance by the National Hurricane Center, by the hurricane hunters. They actually just flew through the system, and we can see some areas where the storm does have some strong wind speeds of near 67 miles per hour. So it's definitely starting to strengthen as the system gets closer to the Yucatan Peninsula, and it's going to be something, like I said, we will need to monitor as the system gets closer. as it intensifies rapidly over this region. So these purple marks right here, we are kind of watching in real time. They actually just finished passing through. It only does so much in our archive, but this is the Hurricane Hunter's Renaissance plane. They actually passed already through the storm and are on the other side, where we can see the wind speeds near in the 60s, near almost 70 miles per hour, just shy of Category 1, but like I said, it has to be of a sustained wind of about 74 miles an hour to make it an actual hurricane. But this storm definitely does have some very strong winds that's packing with it, and we can see these Renaissance things, and this system is definitely getting its act together. It's definitely intensifying rapidly with all these warm ocean waters, the low sheared environment down here, and it's definitely going to be something we're going to have to monitor throughout the night as the system approaches landfall in Yucatan Peninsula later on tonight. So stay tuned, and we'll be updating our blog on our website, only available for our subscribers. This video, we are going to make this one publicly for our subscribers and for you, the public, stuff like that. So be sure to check us out at www.dynamicweatheragency.com.